when you're doing these ocean paddler recreational trips, like going to Nigaloo Reef, Western Australia, and that kind of thing, like what other elements of paddling, aside from, selling boats, the community and your own competing, is there any higher purpose for what you're doing at the moment for the community, or is it still sort of ingrained in building Ocean Paddler and getting more people to these events and just building the social element around it?
No, the trips expose people to locations and an environment they probably would never see in a normal excursion, if you like, or in a normal holiday or a trip. So when we go to Ningaloo, the people that come on that trip just see so much. They see so much of the whole peninsula, from the inside of the Gulf to the Ningaloo Reef, the whale sharks and all the creatures that inhabit the reef. And it's a real eye-opening experience. And if you were to turn it into a religion, it would be my religion, I guess. I guess I'm a priest that's preaching this stuff. Get out there and have a look at this stuff. The only thing is I don't have to fight anyone about it. The beliefs, because everyone agrees that when they see all this stuff, everyone's of the same opinion. It's just amazing, and ocean paddling really enables you to be able to do that.
Given the nature of paddling now, and you've got all these different crafts, and some of them are thinner than others, some of them are wider than others. There's an abundance of different crafts that you can paddle, and it means that there's a lot more variety and availability for everyone to get involved and get started. I guess what would be your advice for any recreational paddlers out there who are interested from transitioning from recreational paddling, which they may have adopted during COVID, into getting started with competitions and racing?
Yeah,
Where would be
they've
the
just
best
got to
place to
learn. They've
start?
got to learn. So they come and either pick up a ski or join one of the beginner groups and get going. And there's plenty of those around. So they can contact us at Ocean Paddler and we can put them in the right direction. So, but the easiest way to do it is just try and find a really stable craft. Be careful. There are some dodgy people out there that'll sell you a super unstable craft telling you that it's a stable craft. So just go to the right places and try a couple of different boats.
How did you kind of navigate a lot of the challenges, the organizational challenges, but also promoting the ocean racing series in Australia? So what were like some of the, I guess, big hurdles you had to get over with implementing a lot of those events?
There's hurdles every time. The hurdles continue. So I guess some of the bigger hurdles initially were the opposition from certain groups about what we were doing, and I'm not big on fighting. I just want sort of everyone to be walking down the same street. So I've tried to get some groups involved over the years, but they sort of either believe that it's not for them or that we're doing it wrong or they could do it better. So, which is fine. Everyone can have that opinion. So we just try and keep doing what we're doing and focus on that and try and make it better than it was the previous year. And if we keep doing that, then we can't really lose, I think. And from a compliance perspective, there's always hurdles with government agencies, and you build a relationship with someone at a government agency and then they leave the next year and there's someone else there that has their opinion on how we should be running something that we've been doing for 20 years. So, there's continual hurdles with events. There's no doubt about that.
How's technology evolved in the context of these events themselves, but also for paddlers personally in terms of their own races?
Well, yeah, you can take a mobile phone with you. We can track now. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's really helped from a safety perspective and also from a visual perspective too, because ocean racing really, unless you're on a boat next to someone, it's not the most exciting sport. You see them leave and then 2 hours later you see them come in. So if you can track it online, then you can actually watch the race unfold and see where the people made their move and stuff like that. So we've been working really hard to develop that part of the whole thing. And once we get that down pat, then I think that'll be a really, really big part of the growth in the future.
And so if there's anyone there thinking about coming and joining your group, Dean, I guess what would a typical, I'd say, training week look like for those down at Clontarf?
When they're coming initially, they would look at just coming once a week and then go from there. And then in time get their own craft, and then they can go whenever they want, because not all the training groups fit into the lifestyle of people. So some people might be able to train early, some people don't like training early. So and some people like nights, some people hate mornings. So there's a whole range of different things that would do. But they should just contact us at oceanpaddler.com and we can sort of steer them in the right direction.
So I guess what do you see for the future of ocean paddling globally? Where do you see the sport heading in the next few decades?
Well, we're just continuing to do what we do. We see more growth in Australia. Other countries are taking up the sport, and the Europeans now are very, very good at it. The sport's been dominated by South Africans and Australians for so many years. Now we're seeing Spanish and French guys and girls starting to do pretty well, and obviously New Zealand has a few, and the odd one comes out of Hawaii and the US and stuff like that. So yeah, no, it's definitely becoming more global, and kind of had the same growth as what I guess surfing had, where the Australians and Hawaiians were the dominant players early, and then now you've got Brazilians and mainland US guys and Japanese surfers, Indonesian surfers, European surfers that are all doing really well. They're all on the World Surfing Tour. So I guess we're kind of similar to that in some ways. It's sort of grown like that. People that are interested in paddling in the ocean and have sort of embraced the sport in different parts of the world. So yeah, it'll just keep growing, no doubt.
It's been a pleasure to chat with you today, Dean. Just before we wrap things up, I just want to maybe touch on some of the more memorable moments throughout your career and some of the things you're most proud of achieving throughout your time in ocean paddling and what you've been able to do with Ocean Paddler.
Yeah, well, I guess a lot of the stuff we talked about, but the community's the thing that I'm most proud of. It's there's some amazing people that have embraced paddling, and to be quite honest, we don't get many dickheads. So I've really enjoyed that part of it. The different personalities that sort of blend in to the idea of trying to do the same thing as each other. So I think that's really important, and for me, that's probably what I'm most proud of. There's a few races I could talk about, or I'm very, very proud of the doctor. I'm very, very proud of the relationship I have with Shaw and Partners. Very proud of the way the 20 Beaches has developed, and because the race fell over a few years ago, it was badly managed and collapsed. And then a mate of mine took over the race, and then I've been sort of helping him, and there's a whole committee of us that sort of help with that, and so proud of that also. And then obviously proud of the business. Yander and I have created an amazing business, so immensely proud of that as well.